Hello guys, my name is Frank Rell, and welcome to I believe the 5th build log that I've made so far. So we're back in level 1, and it's quite different than last time. I added a lot more detail and a lot more props to everything, so I'm going to take you through it here. This is still the starting area. It's not fully complete yet, for the most part. I mean, I got to add weapon spawns and some more stuff here, and I can always add some more detail, and I got some plants clipping through there, but I'll fix that before I'm done. So I'll take you through this. The lighting isn't done. I haven't compiled lighting yet, and that's not going to be done for a while. So everything's right now is just at full brightness, so that's why it looks a little odd. And I still got to add my own skybox and stuff like that, but I'll touch on that a little bit later. So here we go. This is the starting area, backyard, and it's the front street. Here's the first block off here. It's a little weird because, I mean, you can normally jump over on a car here, but I have it clipped so you can't go past here. I mean, it's understandable. You see the police barrier and you just go, okay, we go this way. You know, it's more for the story than anything else. So added a bunch of trees to everything, adds quite a lot of detail, and that's really what I'm using to kind of block off the view, because once I put the lighting in here, you're not even going to be able to see down there, and because of the trees, it really does a really good job of blocking out the exterior of the level. So as we go through here, I added a cool little thing in each house is like a little story element. So if you look around, you'll see some kind of body in a weird way with some sort of thing that'll tell a little story. Like you could tell maybe this guy killed himself before the zombies came, or when they came, or something like that. And there's something like that in each little backyard here that you can kind of go around and explore. If you choose to go back here and looking for supplies or anything like that, you can see here there was some kind of mass suicide, or whatever you want to kind of just come up with while you're playing. It just adds that other little element to the level that I really like. And then all these houses are actually there's some props missing here, because these are all the houses are boarded up because I don't want the player to be able to go in them. So there's a visual representation that you can't go in them. Except there's a couple houses that are open, and then you'll be able to tell the open houses from the closed houses based on whether the doors and windows are boarded up or not. This door is actually open, and here's another one of those little story elements. This is a zombie game after all, so it is a little bit violent, but it's just nature of the game. Actually, let me get that Magnum back. Cool. And these aren't all finalized yet. I don't know if these are going to have all the weapon spawns, and if this Magnum's even going to be spawning here. I was just messing around with some of the stuff that's available in the engine. So here's another. All these are blocked off here. We can go. I'm gonna walk you through all these backyards here. Because later in the map, these are actually going to become important to be explored. And I'll talk a little bit about that later when we get to the end of the map. So another little visual story you can come up with here. Somehow this guy got his limbs ripped off and ended up on the other side, and then I got overlays attached to everything, and I got wires kind of going all over the houses here. That needs to be boarded up, but I mean, like I said, some of the stuff isn't. I don't have configured correctly because some stuff's not showing up, but some more overlays. Some more violent stuff. Some of these backyards are a little bit empty, but I'll go through in the final pass and add some more if I need to. And not all the textures are actually 100%. I haven't really changed the driveway textures at all, but they're pretty good for right now. I mean, once I get the light in here, I'll really go through and do a final pass and see if they're really necessary to change. Because I really need to get the next part done in a faster time, because this one took about a month to fully finish with all the models and textures. So I had to bring in some textures and some weird shadow glitching going on here. This is kind of an easy block off. I mean, it hides the rest of the road. I mean, it's really not that creative or anything, but it'll have to do. And then I got some more roadblocks here. This is kind of like it looks like the people here kind of like grab these standable fences and set them up, or maybe the government did. There is a military presence in the next level, so you see there's evacuation center closed. They blocked this road off here with some fences and barbed wire, and they put up some signs here. You know, I mean, you can really just basically it's just all about being able to believe these little blocks here. You know, you can come up with a story that'd be like, oh, I can see that's a real thing, and that's really what I was going for here. So got stop signs. Now the roads, I might experiment with some other textures because this one doesn't have anything, because normally a road would have like, you know, cracks in it and stuff like that. I did terraform it a little bit, and there is like a slight curve in the middle to the sides. It tapers off a little bit. I don't know how much that actually shows up in here, but that is the case. And so a little bit of the overlays tend to be a little bit glitchy when I put them on there because it's not flat. And I don't really have a lot of good overlays for cracks in the road, but I'll experiment with some other textures before I'm done. Once again, this house right here, this house is open. The lighting will probably visually represent that. And all these extra windows are actually breakable. So we come in here through this first house. There's some props still missing. I haven't put it in yet. Got a room here, some breakable stuff. You know, usual stuff you find in a house. Kitchen. Some more physics stuff. Come out here to the backyard. Yeah, I was messing around with some propane tanks. I don't know if these will be here in the when it's finally done, because I got to go in here and add all the actual gameplay prop once I get into the actual gameplay here, which will be pretty soon. I'll talk more about timing when I'm done here. Because again, more houses. That's all I've been doing. I've just been building these houses and building these areas, and texturing them and fitting them in and everything like that. I don't know if this will make it to release. I was just messing around with props, and I threw this truck in here, and I seen I could throw this minigun in here. So maybe add like a panic event here, and you can use this minigun here to get through it or something. But I'll mess around with all that in the coming weeks. Added some more stuff here, more roadblocks, some more fences. You know, these are pretty easy to set up, so it's believable that people would have came over here and tried to set these fences up to try to block the zombies from coming into their street.
You guys hear me?
Let's see here, more house blocked off. I mean, it would have been great if I can have all these houses open, but honestly, players wouldn't even have gone into all of them. It would have just been a waste, and that would have took way too much development time to build all those. So I only have them in key houses that players will see and really want to go into to scavenge for supplies. So yeah, I mean, it's just like even making these not empty. I mean, they're, you know, like I said, I put 4 weeks into just making this from what it was from the last video. This is also like a cheesy kind of roadblock here. I'm probably going to fix this up. These are just physics vehicles that I have like floating, and when the level spawns, they all drop in, so nothing's like clipping each other. But I mean, why would a car end up like this or something? So I mess around with it, and there's no actual clipping yet, so I can just jump right over this, and you can see the end of the levels right there. But here's the safe house. Now I'm going to talk about the gameplay here for a second, and I'll go in depth of why this level actually is pretty good in my opinion. So right here, I have this barricade here, and you can see on the other side that there's the safe house door. Now, what I'm going to do is this door will actually be locked because I can't actually lock a safe house door. And some weird, I lost a lot of frame rate there. But I want this door to be locked. Oh, excuse me. I want this door to be locked, so when you get here, it'll say, "Hey, you have to get a key to open this door." And you'll be like, well, where's the key at? And then it might kind of show you, it'll tell you to go check the backyards of all the houses. And that's why I have all these houses pretty much open, because I ran into the issue. I'm sorry, backyards open. I ran into the issue where this is pretty short. I mean, you can run from the start to the finish with no trouble. The only real way to make this difficult would be to make it like cheesy, and I can add like, you know, tanks and a bunch of stuff in the first level, or a bunch of alarm cars and just waves of zombies, just to make it kind of unfair, and that's not really fun. That's not really good design. So this is an example. If you look on the Left 4 Dead dictionary that the guys at Valve came up with for each of the levels, that kind of like explain how the gameplay flow is on a lot of the levels. This is like an example of return. Like, you come here and you go, oh, I have to go back and get something. This is more geared towards like your first playthrough, because obviously when you play it the second time, you know that you should walk all the way over here and then have to walk all the way back. But it's a very short walkthrough. So I'm going to actually walk over there real quick and tell you how I'm going to do this, because I can actually have the keys to the house is randomly spawn in every time you play it, and it'll be in one of the backyards on one of the bodies that I already set up. And I came up with this idea because I already had it set up like this, and I didn't want to have to go back and try to build more houses and try to make a maze through this whole thing, because it would have just taken way too much time. So this is a really easy fix that I think is a really cool little bit of gameplay. It's like kind of like a scavenge mode. If you played, I believe it's the first level finale, where you have to get the gas cans and for the car in the mall, where you have to scavenge around through the mall to find all the gas cans and bring them. And this is where you just have to find one key. So you'll be coming over here, and there'll be mild amount of zombies that you constantly have to fight. And each one of these backyards is like a very close quarters thing. Like, most of them have high fences that zombies will be coming over, and this is really the only one I think that you can jump over. But I might actually make some broken fences so you can walk in and out between them instead of going all the way around, because that might be a little bit annoying. But you'll just come over here and you'll just check, see if there's a key here. And once you get kind of in the area, it'll alert you if there's a key there and point to it. So it won't be difficult to find, but it just adds that little bit more extra time to the level without actually having to make spend another month of development time trying to make the map bigger. So that could be fun. I still got to play test it, but I think that's a really good idea. And then that's pretty much it. I'm thinking this is actually going to be pitch black for the most part, like I've said before. But what I'm thinking is we actually had a blood moon, like a red moon. I think it was a lunar eclipse that happened here not too long ago. So I might do some kind of like red moon in the sky with a very light red tint to the area, to lighting. Kind of goes along with it, like the blood moons come and all the zombies have risen. Because this isn't really like your normal typical Left 4 Dead 2 map, and I'm actually going to have different survivors that I'm gonna make for this map specifically. So it's like a whole new story and everything like that doesn't go along with the exact thing that the rest of the game is. So, but I got to mess around with the skybox textures and everything like that and see what I could do. But I like the idea of having a big red moon in the sky, and then that kind of like adds a nice little cool effect to it instead of just being pitch black. Because where I'm from, this is really just dark. There's no sky. There's no stars in the sky. There's no nothing. It's just pretty much pitch black on dark nights. And then you'd see a moon, but I think it'd be cooler to have a red moon. So I'll mess around with that, like I said. But I'm gonna be getting these out a lot faster because I'm gonna be going into crunch mode for the next part. This map took like 4 weeks to populate with all the props and all the detail. I want to speed that up a lot for the next one. I'm gonna get the next one done in about a week because I'm really running out of time here. I got to get this thing done. So I mean, hopefully, expect to see the next one in about a week and a half or so, because I'm really gonna be just really buckling down and getting this stuff done. But I mean, this is quite a lot for a normal, like this. Like I said, this isn't a really normal Left 4 Dead 2 map, because normally you have like long walls and giant buildings and stuff that you go through, and it takes a lot longer. Because like I said, I've walked back and forth through this thing a few times already. Oh, excuse me. But I mean, what I'm going for is kind of like a 30-minute run from all 3 levels. So if I can get 10 minutes here, 20 minutes in the second part, another 10 minutes in the final part, or even 5 minutes, that sounds good. A 30-minute campaign sounds pretty good. So that's what I'm going for. I think that's reasonable to hit. I think I can do it. So yeah, I think so. I mean, pretty much that. I think that's it. it really right now it's all detail, and I haven't started with the actual gameplay. But it'll be coming soon. Once I finish the second part, I'll get the third part done relatively soon, and then we'll work on all these cool gameplay ideas I have with the keys. And I got some cool ideas for the second part as well that go over more of the Left 4 Dead dictionary pathing mechanics. Like I have, even in this level, I mean, I have close quarters, narrow flow, wide flow, a little bit of masking, sort of with the outside here and return. And the other ones will go over the other ones, and I'll probably involve almost all of them to the thing. So it'll have everything that normally Left 4 Dead 2 has, but a much different experience. So, all right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. And hopefully in a week I'll be back with another one. All right. Take care.